welcome. And I completely forgot to put on my jacket, which I just realized.
Welcome to another episode of This Week in Esports, episode 38.
38, we're counting.
Has this been happening for this long?
I know. I can't quite figure it out, but at any rate, that's true. So it is also then February 22nd. We are live from Redmond, Washington, here on the Microsoft campus. And what are we all about, MK?
Well, my name's MK Ives, also known around the site as MK the Worst, joined by the main host of this show.
Because apparently I'm the one that's always here.
The lovely Kate Yeager.
Delighted that you're joining us, by the way. Thank you so much for coming in and lending your credo, your talents, and your love with the esports genre.
When Mr. Vicari is living it up in Vegas, somebody's got to fill those gigantic shoes.
They're huge. They really are.
Like, look out. He'll step on you. Okay. Okay, so what are we doing today?
We're talking some esports, more importantly, because you're watching on Mixer. You're going to be enjoying what we call FTL, low latency, faster than light, interactivity. Gosh darn it. I did it.
So the coolest thing about this show is that you guys get to decide what we talk about. There's so much to cover in esports, so many different games, so many tournaments happening. And since this show is for you guys, you get to decide what we're going to be talking about.
It's true.
You should see some voting options below as we start prepping for each segment.
It's true. Absolutely. Now we have some news, which is actually not
Slightly older news.
It's that we used to be 30 minutes every week. But quite honestly, the reception's been great. We've been decided to expand our broadcast to a whole hour. Hey! So in that case, we're also going to be showcasing some of that interactivity, including trivia, videos to highlight, more interviews with people in the scene, vice versa, the whole 9 yards.
Tons of topics for you guys to vote on. And this is the first time hearing about trivia. Like 5 minutes, no, probably 2 minutes before we go live. One of our lovely producers is like, we have a trivia section now. And I love trivia, so I'm stoked for this.
Trivia plus leaderboards is very important,
Trivia plus leaderboards.
And I should say the guy that told us about that is the one that topped the leaderboards last week. So Lennox is no longer allowed to play.
Yeah, no producers playing. So if you want to hear about your favorite esports today, make sure you do click on those buttons, do the voting. But
get your voice
before we get into the votes, we have the clip of the week, a special segment. Clip of the week is pretty self-explanatory. For a segment, we take a look at the most recent videos to pop up in the esports scene. We make sure you know about it by showcasing what we think is the coolest one, the coolest clip of the week of the show. So this time around,
it is, so I'm obviously, I don't know if you've watched this show at all, you can tell, you know that I'm a huge CSGO fan, especially in esports for sure, especially NA, but whatever. At any rate, we actually here at Mixer have a new reality series that will be streaming exclusively on Mixer, and it's called Gamers. That's Gamerz. Now, if you're familiar with a CBS show Big Brother, then you're in luck because this show is very similar to that with an esports twist. There'll be multiple gamers living together in a house to find out who will be the lucky few to get the chance to become part of Fnatic's CSGO Academy team. These guys get actual dollars and cents to sign on the dotted line at the end of this entire. It's a little bit like a UFC's Ultimate Fighting Champion.
And Fnatic is no joke. They're
they are
players,
a storied franchise.
So, you know, at Mixer, we're super excited to see more esports content and especially see it here on Mixer. And so check out these 2 quick trailers for the show by 2 Counter-Strike pros ahead of the Season 2 premiere. Well, actually, the Season 2 has already premiered, I believe. No, next week.
March 5th. We're starting, though. We just showcased, premiered episode 9 and 10. They go up to 21.
That's what I've been watching.
Totally fair. Get it. I get you. So take a look right here.
Hey guys, I'm Lecro. Don't miss the 2nd season of Gamers at Mixer. See you there.
Here we go. This should be game.
Gamers back. Don't miss out. We are on the hunt for new talent, and the winner is gonna be a Fnatic Academy.
Here we go. This should be game.
So as we touched on right before showing the clip, Season 1 is replaying right now. It's underway. You can catch those every weekday from now until March 2nd on mixer.com/gamers with a Z. And that's at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific.
It's true. Now, Season 2 will then be premiering on Monday, March 5th. Also, my boyfriend Corey's birthday. Shameless plug, don't care. At the same time and the same place, mixer.com/gamers at 12 p.m. Pacific, but with a whole slew of surprises You heard it here first, and I read it here first.
We're going to have the opportunity to interview a few of the players in that team house. So stay tuned to This Week in Esports, watch gamers, or be left out of the loop when your friends are talking about who got eliminated last night. It's like The Bachelor, but for CSGO.
Yes, but a show I will actually watch. At any rate, let's talk live voting, shall we? Okay.
All right, we ready to do a little bit of voting? So first up, you're going to see 4 choices to choose from that are going to select our next segment. Those choices are below the video window in the interactive section. Just click on the one that you want. Am I going to vote? Am I going to vote?
I'm going to. God, there's so many good ones.
I'm voting Smite.
Oh, you went Smite? I went Overwatch, but I was torn between that and Rainbow Six. I'm torn for all of these.
I think I have a feeling we'll probably get to talk about all of these at some point during the show. We have an hour. All right.
True. Yeah, 30 seconds to vote, so that's now we're down to 12 seconds, obviously. So you only get to choose once per segment. Results update in real time. And this is also something to remind yourself that if you're following our channel, you can also, if you've seen those emotes of various people's faces, I think, is that Matt Salsamende's face I see here?
That's a standard. That's Mappa. Okay, yeah, but follow the channel to unlock some super special emotes. And do we have those in chat? What are those emotes?
Yeah, I think
what are the tweet emotes?
Oh
my goodness.
Did I just do that? Oh, I don't know how to do anything. I just put my own name in. Oh,
RIP.
Rainbow Six got it.
I was not following. Okay, we're going to talk about Rainbow Six.
Exactly.
Moving right along.
It's true. Now, Rainbow Six Siege 6 Invitational, trying to say that 3 times fast, wrapped up last weekend and yielded round after round of intense shoot through the walls action. Now, the final 2 Take 2. The final 2 semifinal matchups came down to Penta from Europe versus Black Dragons from LATAM, and the 2 NA teams, Evil Geniuses, of course, versus Rogue. Now, Penta, the previous run with Black Dragons in the Pro League Year 2 Season 3 semifinals, might need a piece of paper to keep all this track. Now, where they lost, and they lost handily 2-0 and flipped the script on the LATAM team to win 2-0 this time and advance to the grand finals.
Evil Geniuses took their NA rivals Rogue head-on, defeating them 2-1 with an insane 4 kills in 2 seconds on the final round. And then the grand final matchup between Penta and defending world champions Evil Geniuses was best of 5, and it was lucky for Penta as the Geniuses took an early, humiliating 2-map lead.
It's true. Now, from this challenging underdog position, Penta Esports cinched the next 3 maps, beating EG 3-2 to take the world championship title, and of course a cool $200,000.
Jump change.
It's true. Now, to relive the action-packed finals, visit mixer.com/rainbow6, and that is the number 6. Not the word. It's true.
All right. Do we already have our next segment up and running?
It's true. I hope so. And I like to. It's true.
Ooh, we got
Just
more
Shy
voting.
Doge, if that's how you say your name.
Shy Doge.
Doge. I love it. Look at that. We got some. We got some.
Shiba. Shiba Doge.
There's some fun happening in the chat, so I encourage you to get in on that. Let's see. We've got top plays for Halo. That's the Halo World Championship. We got Overwatch again, League of Legends, a small family-run organization, and of course Smite news. Now, Halo, given that it just happened, this nice little.
Yeah, I think that one is going to be
that's my vote.
taking the cake right there.
We'll see what happens. We'll see
Top
if
5.
people like that.
We've got some lovely folks in chat today.
It's true.
We've got some regulars, got some new faces.
It's true. I love, by the way, how you guys are saying Halo in the chat. I hope you also voted for it, because that's how this cool thing works. Speaking of things that work, MK, how's the Halo World Championship treating us?
Okay, so Orlando took place last weekend, and we saw some magnificent plays with some of the most competitive teams on the planet. Butting heads. So we're going to highlight the best of the best moments. We picked our top 5 clips to highlight from that event for those that may have missed it.
It's true. Now, the first clip, it's coming in at number 5. It's a clip of Optic Gaming, a.k.a. the Green Wall, versus Splice. Now, Lethal finds himself a lovely little sniper rifle, and within a second of picking it up, backs up. And no scopes Shotzi, then quickly getting a body shot on Eco and finishes him off with a pistol shot. You're just going to have to see this to really believe it.
Take a look.
Boy, it's a good thing that Eco is not from CSGO, because that would be very confusing. Okay, so here we go. Lethal. Beautiful. That works out pretty well. Take us over to that body shot coming up here. And Yahtzee. That's nice.
Oof.
He did some damage there. And I see, are we? Okay, I'm just making sure that we're all together. There it is. Bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. There we go. And final. God, okay, it just keeps going on. That's fabulous. Now let's talk number 4, which is the clip of Renegade versus Splice getting some well-deserved vengeance on the green wall after seeing Snakebite in his radar. Roll that clip! We got Renegade here.
Waiting for that radar.
Where could you? There! Oh! Now that was just brilliant. I did not mind that one.
That wasn't even
iota.
scripted.
It wasn't.
Oh
Just
wow,
like,
that's so. What a
anytime
kill.
somebody can have that kind of a entrance, you gotta appreciate it. Good grief! Ah,
Chat freaking
There
out.
it is.
OMG, that was good.
excellent. Okay,
Scott,
so
Scott with the wisdom. Gotta say, invisibility seems like a real advantage.
truer words were never spoken, Scott. Okay, so let's, if you want to move on to numero trace, and that, of course, goes to Rynoob of Oxygen Supremacy for this amazing flag defense. Getting a triple kill and then getting 2 more frags while defending the flag for his teammates to score and win the round. That is what we in the business call multitasking.
Looking at that right now. There's the frag, 1 and 2.
And keeping it in the family. That's the stuff.
Brutal. This it makes me think of my favorite esports GIF of all time.
Oh God, MK, you're a GIF person.
I put it out there. I did put it out there.
You know what? You lived your true self, and I appreciate that.
Of Paul Challoner of the Dota scene with his brutal, savage, wrecked.
You have to say it with an English accent if it's Paul.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Brutal, savage, wrecked.
And with that English accent, it really is quite nice.
Yeah, that's my favorite esports
Commentator
clip
is
of all
this guy.
time.
Oh
my
God.
gosh, we're getting some people just about dying in chat right now.
Lethal. Okay, so then the number 2 spot goes.
Right.
Wait, did I already say that? Yep.
Are we on number 2?
Score the flag. Then take it away there, MK.
Number 2 spot goes to another Splice versus the Green Wall game. They have been duking it out like crazy together.
pretty
all
much
over
anybody,
like
yeah.
esports as a whole. So it looks like Optic is just about to score the flag. Stellar from Splice has other plans.
Lennox, you know what to do.
Yeah. think we're watching it. Yeah,
It's
here
true.
it is.
Couldn't help
Snakebite,
I wanted
go.
to say it. Okie dokie. And here we are, finding his way through the. I got nothing here.
We're back on
That's
lethal.
not. Oh, good grief.
Okay.
I will say that Frosty, Lethal, and the entire Green Wall gang are something to behold here.
Okay, so we're not going to spoil this number 1 clip for you yet here. But, oh, wait, like, that's so close right there. Goodness.
Okay, so this is okay. We're going on number. This is what I think it is, right? Nope, we've already seen this one. This is
Still
numero
number 2.
dos. So
Yeah.
let's talk number 1. We're gonna let it roll. This is also known as the day that Optic became magic.
Bringing it back.
Everybody, don't say a word. That was a beauty. And see, you can tell by the people. Okay, so Optic, this is a great example, by the way, of these guys. They're so confident in their abilities. They're so in the zone that there is no jumping up and being crazy cascading of passion or whatever, because these guys just know what it is. And that thing you just saw there was a no-scope from across the map in unison with teammate Royal taking down Pistola to win the round. It's an amazing way to close out the match. Faux show.
All right, so do we have more voting for the next segment here?
I would, you know what? I'd hope so, because otherwise, what are we doing here?
There it is. There it is. I mean, we do have some pretty exciting Smite news
That is
I'm
true.
antsy to talk about. Very
Hey,
antsy to talk
now.
about. But there's a lot of, I mean, so many cool things happening.
are,
It's part of why
absolutely.
we had to expand the show to an hour from just 30 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. I blame the esports scene for that.
Yeah, I like Malik in the chat saying Halo 5 is so awesome. Yeah, pick it up in Game Pass, people. Yeah, little shameless plug.
It's true. Come on. I get
Okay,
you.
I think it might be going to Smite, although
Yeah,
it's
unless-
close. It could be FIFA or Overwatch still.
Fair
Very, very
point.
close. 3 seconds. And Smite. They
Take
gave
it.
me what I wanted.
Take it, boo.
Today, we are excited to announce a new partnership with Hi-Rez to bring both the Smite Pro League, the SPL, and Smite Console Series, SCS, exclusively to Mixer viewers.
Okay, now more than 25 million people have played this hit battle arena game, also known as Smite. Now, the 2018 Smite World Championship was viewed by over 4 million people worldwide, not too shabby, and this sweet Mixer milestone aims to break all the records and make Smite Season 5 the best yet.
So the highly anticipated Season 5 of the Smite Pro League, again, SPL, we're going to get you guys used to these.
We got this.
So many acronyms. We'll get you guys used to them. Kicks off on March 20th. So that's coming up about a month. Rival going head-to-head with NRG Esports, and that starts at 1 p.m. EST on mixer.com/Smite Games. So 1 p.m. EST is a cool 10 a.m. PST.
That's fast math. Now, mixer.com/Smite Game, the only place to catch all the best Smite Pro League and Smite Console Series action. Now, for details on the new changes coming to SPL in 2018 and more information on the spring split, check out the high-res announcement on their website.
So the partnership also includes, like we were saying, the Smite Console Series, again, SCS, open to all Xbox players from North America and Europe for a chance to win exclusive prizes weekly. So SCS Season 5 kicks off on March 5th, so that's coming up a little sooner, just a couple weeks, with all of the coverage only at mixer.com/Smite Game, and that is every Monday at 1 p.m. EST, again, 10 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah, for more information on how you can participate, check out the full announcement on SCS Season 5 from High Res. Of course, it's true.
Smite Pro League broadcasts will implement Mixer's unique co-streaming technology to bring fans more camera angles, perspectives, and views. And this multicast experience is going to enable you to customize your viewing experience by choosing supplemental feeds that enhance the main broadcast.
Now, the addition of Smite Pro League and Smite Console Series continues our successful esports partnership with High-Res. We previously shared that the Paladins Console Series was an exclusive series here on Mixer, broadcasted live Saturday, East Sunday, starting at 12 p.m. Eastern. What time is that Pacific?
12 p.m. Eastern is 9 a.m. Pacific. I think.
Is that right?
9, yeah. It's 9.
She's right. She's right.
I am right.
I'm not good at math, which is why I'm not right. Mixer.com/Paladins Game. That's Paladins Game. If you can't catch the action live, be sure to check out those VODs on the channel. And if you have any math questions, please direct them to her, because I will get them wrong.
Well, I'm only good at time zone math.
Hey, that's already light years better than myself.
As long as we can keep it within a 24
Do you really need to
numeral.
know any other kind of math?
Not really. No.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, here we go. I'm good
we
at
got
math.
Lady Au Pair in the chat. Shout out to Tara, who has also hosted this on occasion.
Tara. Guess who's following you right meow? I'm going to. How do I follow? Sold.
All right. Are we voting? Are we voting on our next segment here?
I would say we're doing trivia right now, is what it sounds
is it
like.
Trivia? We doing trivia?
I don't know, but I'll tell you, it's not. Yes, it is trivia time.
What's the question? What are we asking? How does trivia work?
When is the date of the Smite Pro League? Guys, answer this one correctly. And I'm not gonna vote, because otherwise, if I do, then and we end up on the.
This is super embarrassing because I really just read it.
Here, I'll give you
I'm torn between two of them.
I give you a.
I'm not looking at the results. I'm not looking at the results.
I'll give you a hint, everybody. If you are into Sea of Thieves, you will have your day cut in half, because you should have one console on Sea of Thieves and the other viewer on Mixer.com.
Pop quiz, man! I should have crammed for the big exam.
Well, I feel like you're uniquely suited to know this, so I'm feeling pretty good about our actions here. What is the answer? Can I give it? Yeah. March 20th.
Woo!
Same day that Sea of Thieves comes out. Just
it's gonna be a busy week.
That day is particularly. It's just gonna be like, yowza! Lots of quad split screens to deal with.
Indeed. All right.
So let's see.
We also talk about next.
Actually, we got two more. Now remember, at the end of these trivia.
Oh right, 3 trivia in a row.
3 trivia in a row. At the end of this trivia scene, you're gonna want to do all of the right things, because there's a leaderboard, and then you get to be the top of that leaderboard. We're trying.
Oh, there's a leaderboard. Ooh.
Yeah, which is why Lennox last week, who wasn't there, was watching from a remote location and happened to be the top of our leaderboard. So beat Lennox, I think, is the idea. So of course, which team won 6 Invitational? That's Rainbow Six Invitational in 2018.
I've been playing that HQ quiz game. I should be super ready for this. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm not going to vote, but I feel like I might know the answer. And maybe I don't know the answer, which is really bad, because I was just reading it.
We literally just went through that. We just went through that. Ooh, I'm having to keep my mouth shut, though, so I don't spill the beans.
I think so is it? Do you know what it is? I don't know what it is. Is it B? Is it Penta?
Yeah.
Penta Esports. Yeah. Well, you know what?
I voted Penta. I voted. I'm going to be on that leaderboard.
See, MK is going to kick everybody in the hootenannies.
Okay, another question.
Oh, another question.
What's up next?
And you know what? People over in Europe, I apologize. Time zones. You're absolutely right. Nightmare Joker 2. Who is that? Do we know that? Nightmare Joker 2?
Sounds familiar.
Nightmare Joker 2? I heart you.
Okay. Which player has won world championships more than once? Ogre 2, Lethal, Pistola, or Snipe Down?
This is for Halo World Championships.
Halo World Championships.
Oh, okay. Now these are by players. Now we did mention them several times, and I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this one. God, I hope so. I hope so. We'll see what happens. I don't know. And of course, looks like Linux, you're still playing. What a delight. Great news for our chat. I do know the answer.
I feel like that shouldn't be allowed.
Well, it's like, okay, so the answer is Lethal from Optic, right?
Yep. I'll stop playing that.
No, you won't. Well, yeah, because we don't have any more trivia. So for right now, that's fair.
Right.
You know what? Let's get back into our esports action. And that requires you to decide what our esports action's gonna be.
What are we talking about next? Okay, so we've already gotten to talk about Halo. We've gotten to talk about the crazy Smite news. We've gotten to talk about gamers. What's going to be next?
I don't know, but we've got FIFA 18. Of course, we've got the Overwatch League happening right now. League of Legends and Gears highlight number 1 of many, perhaps, we could see. So we'll find out what you want to see.
Gears pulling ahead like hotcakes.
Like hotcakes, like hot gears.
Maybe I just.
I'll go there. I'll jump on that bandwagon. Make it 45%.
No, I've been eating really, really healthily for the last 2 weeks, and I got junk food on the brain. I haven't had meat in 2 weeks.
Wow.
I know.
Really?
I read this crazy book called How Not to Die, and now I'm eating all these vegetables. It's nuts. Who would have thunk?
Well,
okay.
See, there we go. Let's
Speaking
of which, let's talk
it's
about
pretty clear we're going to talk about some Gears.
I want to hear.
Gears of War. Gears of War. All right. So, Video Highlights is another segment where we get to showcase stories within the esports scene that we think you will not want to watch. So, for this video, we have player
profile from the Gears Pro Circuit Mexico City event about player Ryan Fools. Check this out.
So I first started college back in 2009, and I was a business major. It was going to be the whole same old go to college, get a degree, get a good job, and go do the white picket fence thing, like yay. 2 weeks after I graduated college, I began work. I did project management and business project management at a large construction company. So day in the suit life, get into work super early, instantly getting slammed with some kind of budget or cost report I had to do. Constant mayhem, literally constant mayhem of stuff that you don't care about. I did the traditional stuff, got the first big job, got the next big job, while I lived this dual life of I'm also on a professional esports team and I need to travel the world for this. And it was getting harder and harder to keep making these trips to different places while you're working at a traditional job who doesn't quite understand what you're doing. Right as it was getting at its craziest, I was lucky enough to get the opportunity to work at UMG Gaming, where I currently work. My fiance and I upped our whole life from San Francisco up to St. Louis.
You hear how excited he was, you don't think twice about it. You just go, okay, let's go, let's do it. And it's just a total transition from when it was. Don't get me wrong, I love seeing him in a suit, but he's just so much happier. I'm very proud of him.
From the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed, I'm doing esports, I'm planning events for UMG, or I'm scrimming with my team, watching film. I literally live esports every second of my day, and I love it that way. Yeah, I've been gaming all my life. I got into kind of competitive gaming, so to speak, through Halo 2. And then my friend said, hey, there's this really cool game that I'm playing right now called Gears of War. The competitive drive kind of takes over, and then from there, I spent the last 10 years playing Gears of War. I'll never forget my first Gears esports event. It was MLG Columbus. I actually played. I played with a guy named Gringo Jr. He was a 6-year-old kid, and he would scream when he chainsawed you, and it was pretty funny. And we ended up getting double eliminated. I got to meet a lot of my great Gears of War friends that I still am friends with today. I got to experience what esports events were. I mean, that was an eye-opening experience, and that's part of why I stayed getting hooked and doing it to this day. We get laughed about it to this day. It was at Orlando, MLG 2009. That was when we weren't sure if we were going to get re-upped for the next season. As a community, we banded together and did the famous Congo line. The whole community basically got in a big Congo line together, started chanting like Gears of War, one more year, because we wanted one more year on the circuit. In our minds and our hearts, we're like, they're gonna see that and they're gonna know that we want to be back, and then it never happened. But I'll always remember that because that was pretty fun. The thing that makes the community so strong with us is like the brotherhood that we've had as we've had this kind of roller coaster of Gears 3 Esports, right? I mean, Gears 1 and 2 were on the big stage, we were on the big lights, bright lights, and then we lost it all. It was up to the community to build what we had. It was up to guys like Jason Barbosa and Berger, all these guys that helped build Hypo Station, but that was a community effort. We had to band together, we had to travel to these ballrooms and play for nothing, and we had to make sure that we put ourselves out there for the love of the game that we all just like to go to and play. We've had the struggle, so to speak, and then from there, now that we kind of have everything again, it's like we're back, like we're here, and so I almost feel like we did this together. I got into coaching, so I basically stopped competing, so to speak, in Gears when I went to college. I still love Gears, I wanted to be a part of it, and so in order for me to still participate in Gears without having to put in all the same time that would take to scrim and do all that stuff back then, was coaching. Coaching back then wasn't really what it is today. It wasn't even a quarter of what it is today. There wasn't the same amount of time put in. Half the kids coach just to get into the venue for free. That used to be a thing. Obviously, fast forward to now, it's a much different atmosphere. I mean, obviously, I'm putting in hours and hours and hours daily. I scrim with them all the time, many hours watching film. Some people know about the kind of the extra mile we do with like things like analytics, with things I do with my spreadsheets and my math percentages and all that other stuff. Everyone sees me on stage. I'm probably the most animated coach in the game. I get up there, I scream with them, I'm throwing high fives, I'm talking shit to the other team. I mean, I care so much, and when they win, I know how good it feels for them, but it feels so good for me to see them win, because not only am I happy for us, like I'm happy for each individual player, because I know what it means to them also. Feeling like I'm helping the greater good and feeling like I can help a win is something that I really feel accomplished with. I get reached out to a lot by upcoming coaches, sometimes players who maybe want advice, and that's awesome. Like, that makes me feel so good. For one, I love when new coaches reach out to me and want advice. I've had coaches from the European region, from North America, just say, hey, like, how do I get involved in this? Like here are my strengths, here's what I do, like what can I bring to a team? It does show that we are starting to slowly break the stereotype. It does show that people are seeing more value in coaches and that people want to do it. I followed my passion. That was always the thing. I really made sure I followed what I love in life. And luckily I was given the opportunities, and the opportunities continue to arise to the point where I am today. And I can't even imagine wearing a suit right now again, every day, driving hours of traffic in the city, doing all that stuff. I can't even imagine doing that again right now, because I'm just so happy with what I do, and I get to do what I love for every second of every day, and I just couldn't be more thankful to be in that opportunity.
So we do have a lot of goodies buried within those video highlights. So whenever you see it as a voting option, make sure to select it. So speaking of voting, what are we going to talk about next?
Let's find out. And while we're voting, I can tell you that if you guys have never seen Gears as a LAN event, the Mexico City, the passion of the fans there and the severity of the competition was not to be missed. Fantastic. And Ryan Foole's a great coach there for Echo Fox. So
ooh, look at that. Overwatch pulling ahead. FIFA in second, but it's kind of a distant second.
And I love the World of Warcraft is now on our sheet, I mean, it's just for esports, that's one of the, it's an older game, but newer scene. Esports, ooh. Speaking of that.
2 seconds.
Yahtzee?
All right, take it away with Overwatch.
I shall. Okay, so by now, you should all know what Overwatch League is, but listen, we're inclusive, so in case you don't, here's the scoop. This is the Global Esports League for pro Overwatch teams, and they are the first league of its caliber to use city-based teams. We're talking geolocation stuff.
So there are 12 teams in the league, and they'll play live matches from the Blizzard Arena every Wednesday through Saturday until mid-June. That is a lot of games. The season's broken up into 4 5-week stages. The first stage just finished up, and we're now on to week 1 of stage 2.
It's true. Now, before we talk about how the first day of matches went, here's a reminder that teams are now playing on the updated patch, meaning Mercy and Junkrat changes officially in effect for these guys. So let's take a look at how day 1 went.
So it appears Souls caught their second win because in Game 1, they dominated LA Valiant 4-0, putting themselves back into the second place spot in the standings.
True story. Now in Game 2, Dallas and Shanghai battled, with Dallas coming out on top 3-1. And in Game 3, LA Gladiators swept San Francisco Shock 4-0. Nice clean sweep there.
When is Seattle going to get an Overwatch
Good God,
team?
I would like to know the answer to that question.
So games continue today with one taking place right after this at 7 p.m. Pacific, or 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, right after this. And so then tomorrow games take place at 7, 9, and 11 Eastern. Saturday games are at 2, 4, and 6 Eastern. Now Friday's 7 p.m. game is New York versus London. The two teams at the top of Stage 1, and it's their first meetup of Stage 2. So this should be a great game to tune in for.
True, dominated by a number of Korean players on each of those teams. So those are the New York, London, and Seoul are dominated by the Korean countries. Fabulous talent. Now, to catch the Overwatch action live, check the schedule or watch those VODs. Tune in at overwatchleague.com or head to Twitch or MLG.tv, and make sure to follow them at Overwatch League on Twitter for up-to-the-minute news. It's really nice that we are giving them a plug, because I know they're just such a small entity that they need every viewer they can get.
Yeah, it's really cool, I think, for me personally, to see mainstream sports giving so much credence to esports. This feels very much like we're living in the future that we read about as kids and saw on TV. You know, it's an exciting new wave of entertainment.
True. And even just today or yesterday, there was a nice little moment that let everybody know, while you guys are voting here, Kevin Durant and a number of additional NBA players have put their money where their mouth is and have invested as well. So they join the likes of Rick Fox and Shaquille O'Neal and just
the NFL
so many other
and
people.
NBA's investment in the Overwatch League has been really exciting.
Truth.
They see the future.
It's true. I got you.
What do we got? 15 more seconds to keep voting.
Smite.
FIFA pulling ahead, but WoW's holding on. Whoa. Just tied it up, FIFA and WoW.
Wow. Can't stop myself. I just voted.
What you did there? I see it.
Yahtzee.
I see it.
Seems like it seems like perhaps we should talk WoW, shall we?
We need to throw a that WoW.
I just liked. I'm nothing if bad dad jokes. I got this. I'm with you. Now, the World of Warcraft Arena Championship European Qualifier Cup number 2, long title, awesome event, has ended, and some say they're still cleaning up the carnage. 39 teams rode forth into battle in a 3v3 double elimination qualifier for Guts, Glory, and of course 5,000 hard-earned greenbacks, and the North American Arena Cup. Now, the teams with the most points earned based on standings between NA and Europe will be invited to compete at the spring finals in March for their share of 100,000 Dolores.
Slight jump from 5K. Based on the results of the first EU Arena Cup, XRB to the Moon were considered the favorites by a pretty wide margin. However, they were still defeated 3-0 by the team Skill Capped Black, consisting of Negran, Tulviren, and Ashamain.
Now, meanwhile, Team Ascendant, formerly known as Rocket Esports, ascended their previous placing.
Hey.
They knew that was coming. Finding themselves in the winners' final against Skill Capped Black. To take it to the next level, Ascendant defeated Skill Capped Black 3-1, earning their seat in the grand final. Quite the improvement for the team that, quite honestly, didn't make it to the top 8 last time around. So.
Yeah, voted most improved. With XRB to the Moon running through the losers bracket to earn their spot in the losers final, they would meet their foes, Skill Capped Black, once again. Skill Capped Black proved that XRB was no trouble for them, once again taking the set 3-0 and getting that rematch versus Ascendant.
It's true. Now, in this best of 7 set, it was only fitting that these two teams would come down to Game 7. We love it. We love a Game 7. We love a Game 3.
Action.
We love a Game 5. Skill Capped Black narrowly sealed that V to begin your EU Arena Cup champions. Not begin, to become, I can read.
We do still have another 7 weeks of the Arena World Championships before the spring finals, and the second NA Arena Cup is already underway. So be sure to check out worldofwarcraft.com for more tourney info and twitch.tv/warcraft to catch the action as it happens now through the 25th. Don't miss it.
Don't miss it. We just told you how not to miss it. Speaking of things that shouldn't be missed, let's go to the voting options.
Okay, we got FIFA 18, Smite Console Series, League of Legends, and Fighters. Ooh.
The Kumite events. Well, it looks like FIFA 18. You know, listen, I'm gonna vote for what I'm gonna vote for.
Ooh.
I'm just saying.
Was that you?
I don't know
For a
what you're
little bit of
talking
league?
about. It's possible, but things happen.
Still 15 seconds, though. Anything could happen.
Very
FIFA
true.
leading with an intense 67%, though.
Not bad.
Looks like the people are ready to hear a little bit about soccer.
The people are excited for FIFA, much like myself. Okay, I'm kidding. It's
Whoa,
all
it's up
yours
to
there, my amiga.
71%. All right, let's go. So big news for esports fans. Major League Soccer has partnered with EA
Thank
Sports to
goodness.
create an esports organization called EMLS. I think this is a really cool partnership. Like the NBA 2K League, the league will resemble real-life sports teams. And starting out, 19 of the 23 MLS clubs will be part of the EMLS. We got a long list here. So Chicago Fire, Colorado Rapids,
Columbus Crew SC, FC Dallas, Houston Dynamo, LA Galaxy, Minnesota United FC, Montreal Impact, New England Revolution,
Read
New York
faster.
City, New York Red Bulls, Orlando City SC, Philadelphia Union, Portland Timbers, San Jose Earthquakes, Seattle Sounders
Seattle
FC,
Sounders.
Sporting Kansas City, Toronto FC, and Vancouver Whitecaps FC.
Competition is going to be overwhelming as each club will draft a single professional gamer to represent it in the FIFA 18 league.
That works.
Each club is responsible for selecting its own player from its region. And although clubs may have multiple players to represent them, they will only be able to send one player to each EMLS event.
It's true, but I will say this actually does sort of give Seattle a team that they can root for, at least in the FIFA esports scene. Now, it's not currently known if the EMLS pros will have full-time jobs like in the NBA 2K League or, of course, Overwatch League, but the owners of those organizations are often corporations or billionaires. That means they have money. What is certain is that these esports initiatives are aimed at the FIFA E World Cup, the finale to the FIFA 18 Global Series.
So the EMLS teams are scheduled to battle for the EMLS Cup during PAX East 2018 in April. That's coming up in 6 weeks.
That's
The
in
winner-
Bostonia.
In Boston. Oh, I'm super stoked for this. I love a good PAX, love some healthy competition. The winner of this will guarantee their spot in the playoffs in the Global Series. President and Managing Director of BLS Business Ventures, Gary Stevenson, says, "This step forward into competitive gaming is a key component in our partnership with EA Sports to promote deeper engagement and connections between MLS supporters and the millions of FIFA players around the world."
And then we all genuflect in his general direction. Now, although these details haven't been released currently, you can check back with MLSsoccer.com or your local FC's webpage for more info as it releases. Come on, Sounders FC. And you see the Sounders and the Timbers there, so you know they're going to have a rivalry. There's rivalries across the board in the MLS, so...
Would it be at all inappropriate to get sassy about MLSsoccer.com?
No, I don't think it would be at all. Sasstastic is the way we talk about it, and I can use my mouth hole to say things.
Great. Are we okay? What's next? What's
Yeah,
next?
please.
What's our next segment?
Oh, no,
Whoa.
it's trivia time. What year was
Bum,
the first
bum, bum.
esports competition for FIFA?
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Shoot darn dang.
This is. I honestly have no clue on this one.
This is an
FIFA's been around
interesting
for a
one
while.
because I'm like sitting here thinking about when the first esports came out, right? Quake and some of those earlier, like Quake.
Well, and esports as a scene is still in its
It's
infancy.
relatively new, but I should say that 2001
Man.
was when
The Space
some of the-
Odyssey. I mean, what?
this is fun. Which one is it? Is it 2004?
2004.
Well done, all of you.
GG.
Brazil was the winner. And in fairness, Brazil
does not
wins
surprise
lots
me.
of things in soccer anyway. So let's hear what our next topic of our
Drum
trivia
roll.
is.
What's the next question?
There's I will say there's some really beautiful graphics happening right now, and I think that should be
It's
showcased.
mesmerizing.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, or 4 for the following question. How many players make up an arena team?
On World of Warcraft.
This
On
is
World
a
of
wow.
Warcraft.
Wow. I'm
we
not
did just kind of talk about this.
True. Oh, interesting. There are some. Who's going to
I've
be at the
got
top
my
of the
vote.
leaderboards at the end of this? Is what I'm curious about.
Oh, yeah. Well, how soon do we get to see the leaderboards?
At the very end, I believe. Correct? No. Yes. At the very end, we're going to say that it's going to happen. Trust.
Still 18 more seconds to get
Yeah,
your
you get
trivia
your-
guess in there, people.
Feels like everybody's pretty well.
Yeah, pretty
split
well
between
decided.
C and D. Although I feel like I know the answer, but I'm going to say not anything right now because we still have 3 seconds left to go.
Yes.
Also, those of you writing your answers in the chat, valiant effort. Only problem is it won't be counted.
Yeah, make sure you do click
you
those
gotta do is
interactive
click
buttons
on it.
to vote. And Lennox, it was C, 3 players. Ba-ba-da-ba.
Truth.
All right.
Una más.
Another
So let's see what
question.
y'all think of the next. This is going to be for Overwatch. We got 2, 3, or 4, 5. How many stages are there in season 1? Ugh. Now, this is going to be interesting because I held up a number on my hand.
And this is for Overwatch.
It is for Overwatch. So there are stages versus number of games within each stage. Confusion Central.
Yes.
And it actually looks like I'm not the only one who's confused.
Oh, man.
Guys.
29 more seconds.
82% of you think there's 3 stages in the Overwatch Season 1. This is interesting.
But with it being 3 for last answer, 3 for this answer, I'm starting to get like that whole thing where you're going down the Scantron, testing, and you're like, I put 5 C's in a row. Surely they're not all
They
actually
can't
C's.
possibly be all C's, and yet I see an issue.
Oh, hey, thanks for the host. Thanks for those hosts, crew.
Yeehaw! Okay. Yeah, I was going to say C.
It is 4.
Guys, guess what? That just means one more stage for all of us to watch. So don't you worry. That's cool.
All right, so time to vote on our next segment.
Let's hear about what you want to hear about there, kids.
We could check out another Gears highlight. We could check out
yes.
the Smite console series, talk about
Truth.
League of Legends, or more fighters, or not more fighters, but talk about fighters for the first time.
Truth. We have not done any fighting game community stuff yet, but looks like Gears highlights might be coming up. We did obviously have the Ryan Fools highlight earlier. Fools with a Z. Coach for Echo Fox right now, and we'll see what the highlight could be for number 2, currently in the lead.
Oh, it's
do.
duking it out between Gears highlight and fighters.
And looks like we're going for. Looks like Gears has it. Okay, so that means
The Gears have it.
it's true. The Gears have it. I love this.
Let's
exactly.
run this clip.
And actually, you've got one more. It's a player profile from the Gears Pro Circuit event in Mexico City about player firearm. Roll it.
Growing up in the East Coast out here in New York, been challenging. I'm from the South Bronx, so since I was young, I've seen a lot of things that, you're not supposed to see as a kid. It shapes you up in a street way, meaning to be prepared. You got to be ready, you got to be aware of what's going on. You have to make sure everything is good. The days I go to work, I go downtown, I'm a salesman, and then I work for some network marketing company when I'm at home. I've just always been into making money, going into focusing on business. That's actually what I went to school for. I actually used to be a competitive skateboarder. I was skating for about 6 years, 7 years, but then I had to let it go once I got hurt pretty bad. If I was in a tournament, I had to make sure I was always going. I had to always be moving quick. I had to make sure I got my time in. In Gears, same way. I get to bring that competitive side in me. I get to shit talk. I get to just have fun. I get to listen to hard music before I start playing. First time I played Gears of War, I was about 9 years old. One of the first guns I remember picking up was just the sniper.
United, great teamwork. Okay. Double kill headshot that comes in from firearm.
I never even knew about the scene. I actually got picked up about a year ago in a ranked match. Our team name was NSG. Amazing experience, it really set me off. Mexico, I started off another group of free agents, branched off as PJJ, so on to Atlantic City. Paris set it off.
Out here, Paris, baby.
I was under Fire and Ice. I feel like I became one of the top players after Paris. And then Vegas, again, went with a team of free agents. A couple known players, though, that have been in the scene for a couple years. It's pretty dope to see how I evolved from playing with people from a ranked match to people that have been playing for 10 years competitive, that's been in the money, that's been around the scene for such a long time. At my first LAN event, I thought the Yeager esports community was just amazing. The people, everything about it, even the monitor setups, the headsets, everything just seemed different. The gameplay was different, but it felt so good at the same time to be out from my comfort zone. The Mexico event was the best event, hands down, meaning the spectators, the players, everyone was just so humble, so nice, so welcoming.
The crowd louder than ever.
Usually out here, if you lose at an event, sometimes the teams just go, like they're gone, they don't even want to spectate no more. But out there, everybody was there spectating, everybody was there showing love, everybody was there really showing why they have so much love for this game. After I came back home from that LAN event, I just knew I just upgraded to a better player, a better person, better overall in every aspect. My biggest challenge as a player was definitely just being new blood, just being a new person in the scene, which is coming out of nowhere. I can't just go get top players because I don't really have much to back it up. Placed 9th through 12 about 4 times, never hit that top 8, so it's been hard, you know? The first thing I look for in teammates is their will to win. We could be down 6-0, we could be backs against the wall. As long as you don't give up, then I know you're willing to work hard. The players that I had to play with, I made the best of the situation. I made sure I made them feel like they were welcome. I made sure like they feel safe with me, that we can make things happen no matter what the case is. My word of advice is to not have an ego, so to speak. Be open to playing with whoever asking you to play, as long as you know a little thing about them. Be open to just making the best out of nothing. Only thing that matters is your determination to win. Show people that you really want it. If you really want it, you're gonna go get it, no matter what the circumstances. I've always had a love for this game. I've been playing ranked for years, but I've never knew about the competitive scene. I've just been putting in time just for fun. So that love was always there. And to me, I feel like that's probably what's most important.
And Firearm picked off a second one. We told you to look out for this guy with the long shot on main stage.
Season 2, my biggest motivation is just holding the trophy. Just show people, it don't matter how long you've been in the scene, anybody could just come in and just scoop it up. Just win. My buzz, my name has been going around, and I have been seeing the fear in some of these people when they play me and the way they move different. I want to keep that going. I want to keep showing people why like I'm here and why I came in the scene, why I'm making such a big impact in the scene. For all the people that doubted me, for all the pro players that didn't give me a chance, for all the top players that looked the other way, just know I'm coming for it all. I'm coming to win, I'm coming to be the best, I'm coming to take your spot, take your org, take everything you have. That's what I'm coming for.
As you know, of course, we had a lot of those goodies buried within these video highlights. So if you see it as a voting option, which is what we just said earlier, then this is why. It's fantastic.
Really cool to see those player highlights and get those interviews and get a glimpse into like who they are, what makes them tick, because I think these are all like real people. A lot of them are kids too. You know, people's reflexes start going downhill at like age 22 or something. So
I mean, mine have been going downhill for just years. I don't even use my hands anymore.
What are we talking about next?
I don't know, MK. I don't. But I do
vote
know
on
that
this?
I hope so. But I do know, and I feel like I get my lipstick on everything here.
Ooh, Dota in Poland.
Katowice! It's happening right now. Sorry to just yell, everyone. I know exactly that's where I'm going. Telling you right now. Katowice, big deal happening. That whole, and actually it's the first major for Dota in Poland. It is.
Really?
No.
How? Is it not?
Are you talking? Oh, you weren't. I was like, what?
Kate's like, this is something I know.
Oh, there's only so many things that I know, and that is one of them. So let's talk about it. Looks like we're gonna. And shall I begin?
Take it away.
Okay. Now, look out, World Competitive Dota is coming to Poland. The 5th major of the 2017-2018 Dota 2 competitive season is underway at ESL 1 Katowice. Dota 2's first ever trip to Poland.
Well, IEM Katowice is a popular event that features a number of esports tournaments. This will be the first time featuring Dota 2.
That's a big one. Zelda the I can never pronounce it. Spodek Arena in Katowice, Poland. I can pronounce Katowice, but not Spodek. Now, this tournament will bring together 16 of the world's best Dota 2 teams to compete for the title of major winner. And as this is a major, Valve, of course, planned 11 total majors this year. There is a no shallow end to this prize pool, with the winners taking the lion's share of a $1 million pot.
It never ceases to blow my mind how much money there is in Dota. It's crazy. So 8 out of the 16 teams were directly invited, while the last 8 spots were fought in closed qualifiers. Each region had their best teams fight for 1 qualifier spot, with Europe fighting for 2, and the final slot went to the winner of the North America Last Chance qualifier.
Truth. Now, divided into 2 groups. In group stage, single elimination playoffs. Now, that's a tough one, but you got to sort of have that pill to swallow there. Now, we've seen round after round, and already half the teams are packed up and gone home. So we're just around the corner from the playoffs, and it looks like we have Vichy Gaming, Virtus Pro, Team Liquid, Team Secret, aka Puppy, Fnatic, Evil Geniuses, and Newbie still in the competition and looking for that mega share of the prize pool. Notice how I didn't say Na'Vi, so those of you Dendi fans out there, so sorry.
Heartbreak. Be sure to catch the matches live until the 25th on twitch.tv/ESL_Dota 2. There's also a whole bunch of really cool stuff if you're just searching the social medias for that. And for more information, be sure to follow ESL Dota on Twitter and Facebook at .com/ESLDota 2.
It's true. Oh, there's a possibility of that coming up.
That's super interesting.
That is.
Sometimes we get these little teasers of things that we can vote on, and
we
we're like,
see in the prompter, we're like, oh,
talk about that.
Because we could go out. It's really up to you. Speaking of up to you.
Look at that. We got Gwent
right
on
there.
Here.
Gwent is the collectible card game digitally
from the Witcher universe.
The Witcher universe. It's true.
Newer, I believe. Like, it just came out
About a year
year,
ago.
right? Yeah, yeah.
True story.
And we might end up talking about that. Look at those votes there. 45%
I'm gonna do that. I'll go there.
Share.
I mean, listen, I do want to talk League, because we're gearing up here, but
gearing up for League.
Aha.
Hey. All right, I think that's it. Oh no, we got 5 more seconds.
Just things are happening here.
5 more seconds.
Let's
and
see.
it's gonna be Gwent. Okay.
Take it.
So Gwent, like we were just saying, collectible card game from the Witcher universe, just named their newest open champ.
Exactly.
Gwent is still relatively new to the esports scene, having just announced their Master Series back in August, and already Gwent is in full force into the season.
True. Now, holding their 3rd open tournament in Warsaw, Poland. Now, this is of course
happening in Poland.
Poland's pretty good when it comes to esports, for sure. Now, of course, Poland is the home country of the Witcher developer CD Projekt Red, and that is going to happen did happen in mid-January. Let me be frank. Now, this Open had the top 8 players from the Second Pro Ladder season fight for their stake at a $25,000 prize pool.
The finals came down to 2 players, Jan Super JJ 102 Janssen from Germany and Andrzej Adzikov.
I think you're doing a great job.
Poland. Adzikov took the first match, but Super JJ, thank you for having a English pronounceable name, fought back to win the next 3 matches in this best of 5, crowning him the 3rd Open champion.
That's got to be nice for JJ. And ultimately, this means Super JJ will get his chance to compete at the next Challenger event happening in April, although Adzikov, I don't know if I said that correctly. Although he lost, he will be seated alongside Super JJ for being the Open's runner-up, making the Adzikov second time in a Gwent Challenger event, hopefully making it past the first round this time.
Plus, it will be great to see a rematch between Adzikov and Super JJ during a larger stake tournament, as the Gwent Challenger winner gets seeded into the World Masters.
That's not too bad. The crazy part is that Gwent is, believe it or not, still in beta. So still in game preview right now, interestingly, and not scheduled for a full release until later in 2018. So players have to stay on their toes as the game can continue to evolve until its full release sometime this year. Hopefully things don't change too much for the players' sake, but I can tell you the developers are probably delighted by all those bug mentions.
Yeah. But there's a lot of buzz happening already. You can stay up to date on all things Gwent by checking out their website, masters.playgwent.com, and we'll be looking forward to that next Open tournament in March.
It's true. Watch out, Hearthstone. Things are getting crazy. It's
okay.
true.
What next?
Oh, upcoming tournaments. Let's chat about it. In fact, we'll start off with a big one.
We are getting toward the close of our show, so upcoming tournaments.
Hello. It's called another Esports Weekend, and it's here, which means there's another Halo event for fans to enjoy. So last weekend kicked off the Global World Tour Halo is embarking on, and this time they're headed to London for their second stop with our friends over at Gfinity.
Action goes down starting tomorrow through Sunday on Mixer.com/Halo at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. And based on the Orlando action, we can't wait to see what the EU scene has in store for us.
There is that. Now let's go on to the thing that I like to say, IEM Katowice 2018. And of course, starts this weekend with both Dota 2 and PUBG high-stake matches for Poland. Remember, this is only the second PUBG LAN tournament, so that's something to remember. And it involves many, many people, as you might imagine.
And like
when
we
you're playing PUBG.
like we were saying earlier, it's the first time Poland has been granted a Dota major. It is going to be intense. You can expect fans to come out in droves to support the event.
Truth.
So head over to intelextrememasters.com to find the full schedule and where to watch.
And there it is. And rounding out our upcoming tournaments, here we got Madden. Madden Ultimate League continues with Week 4 over at Mixer.com/Madden. That's a nice little tie-in. And that's 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific this Saturday. So top Madden competitors are playing to secure their spot to the playoffs for a shot at the $100,000 first place prize. And guess what? Even if you miss it, you can catch a recap on what?
Disney XD the following Monday.
After every broadcast, 9 p.m. Eastern, that's 6 p.m. Pacific.
So much exciting stuff coming up.
things.
I mean, there are still so many segments we could have talked about. The wide world of esports is growing by leaps and bounds.
Getting much wider. What'd you say, Lennox?
Leaderboards for trivia.
Yeah. Okay,
What?
Lennox.
What? Shenanigans.
Okay, so now this is becoming a thing. Here's the deal. You come back next time and please. Okay, now you did make
how
the
am I on the leaderboard?
You did
What?
make it. I do appreciate that.
What?
But the idea, ladies and gentlemen, every week when Lennox plays, you need to beat him. That's our new goal. That's how we're going to do these trivia. I got to make sure. It looks like, Lady Au Pair. Let's, what's her
And
face?
Lady Au Pair's in there. Okay. I think, so shout out to Defias for being on the leaderboard, as well as
that guy.
I am that tall guy. Who,
That's the one.
Yeah. I believe he might have a little bit of insider knowledge because I do think he does a little bit of work with the Optic crew. So,
Really, when you can, just choose Optic.
Yep.
I
think
right?
that's it for us.
That seems about the right time for us to get going here. But remember, we'll be right here each and every Thursday, 3 p.m. Pacific. That's 6 p.m. Eastern on this channel. In case you're curious, Mixer.com/This Week in Esports.
And you can, of course, watch our past episodes right below on our channel page and follow us on Twitter @WatchMixer for updates on this show and to know what's happening in the wide world of esports.
It can be very good TV. Trust me, I do this every week. Also, tune into the Esports Weekend starting at 8 p.m. Pacific this Saturday. Of course, we only show esports content on Mixer.com/Channel1, spelled O-N-E, not the number, during the weekends. This Saturday, what are we showing, MK?
The Halo World Championship London, Paladins Console Series EU, and Madden Ultimate League. While on Sunday, it'll be NA action from Paladins alongside more Halo WC London action.
My goodness. And finally, don't forget to watch our sister show, if you must. JK, we heart them very much. That's of course the talents of Ethan and Malik over at Tips and Tricks every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific on, of course, Mixer.com/Tips and Tricks. Lennox, are we hosting anyone or rating anyone? Stick around. Oh, that's your tease for the day. Stick around. We don't even know what's coming up. Do you know what's coming up?
I do.
I think.
Are we allowed to say?
I don't know.
Lennox, are we allowed to?
No. Just
stick around.
That's your tease.
Stick around.
We're going to say goodbye and stick around.